A lot of people are, think an ambulance is kind of a weird thing to turn into an RV because they think, they everything that's associated with them in terms of sick, diseases, people, whatever, everything like that. But this one was sitting in this small town. They hardly ever used it. It's perfectly clean. It was sitting in their storage for quite some time before they even had it for sale. So here's the inside. Again, it's an ambulance. Nothing, no real, I don't know, nothing special about it, I guess. All the upholstery is actually in really good shape. I'll probably repurpose a lot of that to turn it into something a little bit more comfortable, a lot less medical and more homey. A lot of storage units up top. All of these slide. It is a little tight. You can kind of see my reflection. I can't quite stand up in here. Might be able to get a little bit of headroom once I rip the ceiling and the floor out. This AC and heater, it works up top. It does need to be under idle for that to pump out any heat.
My favorite part about being on the road and traveling is obviously it's a tiny home, but you have the biggest yard of anybody there is. My name is Ben Harris, and this is my 1995 F350 four-wheel drive ambulance that I've converted into my little tiny home. I'm in the entryway. This doubles actually as a shower. It's the only place I can stand up inside of this rig, unfortunately. What it is, it's an old sink that I cut out to fit this space. And so underneath the mat here, there's a teak shower mat, and then there's a drain that goes straight through, and then up here is just a sprayer so you can shower yourself off, and there's a shower curtain that will magnet around the top. But honestly, I've never used this one. I always shower outside, so it's just here. I guess if I really need it, I'll start using it. So this is my closet space. These cabinets were already here in the ambulance. Again, just kind of refaced them and took out some shelving so I could actually hang stuff in here. And then what I did is I lined them with aromatic cedar, so it keeps them smelling fresh and keeps all the bugs out and any mildew out of there. So this is obviously my food prep area, my sink, cooktop, and all my storage for all my food and everything like that, as well as the switches for lights. These cabinets actually came with the ambulance. I just kind of repurposed them and made them a little bit more homey and less medical, but they work really well. Everything slides, clean, stays closed. They work really, really well. The garbage chute, I have access to this outside compartment here, so I can toss garbage out there and never have anything stinking up the inside, which is always nice. And then there's a door on the outside that opens so I can get the garbage in and out without any problems, as well as access my propane tank that's down in there. So this is a really kind of important little cubby that's back here, which has been really nice. This wood top with the countertop, it's actually an acacia. A lot on here, so I can't really do it at the moment, but it does hinge up and it comes all the way and it locks under here, and then this turns into another seat with a seat belt. So if you had a couple people in here, it's really easy to convert some spaces and have a lot of seating and to entertain really in this small area. It's been really nice. So this little divider here is kind of a unique little piece, just gives some division between my bed space, my sleeping space, and the kitchen space. It was actually a piece of walnut that I found in the trash at a bar that I was bartending at, and they were just throwing it out. And so what I did is I got it and I ripped it down and turned it into this little ladder divider thing. And it really, like I said, it adds to the space. And again, that separation makes it feel a little bit more like, a home rather than just one big open van space. The space underneath the bed, there's tons of it, and which is nice. With the fixed bed, it allowed me to really securely have everything in place. The refrigerator actually is this side. It slides all the way out, when it opens up. It's Dometic, I think 35, whatever their names are, but it's great. It's one of the best things, or the best investment I would had, compared to a cooler with ice. This thing is, because I wanted a fixed bed, I guess one of the requirements that I wanted was to be able to sit up, and I can just barely sit up, which is nice because obviously, like I said, I can't stand up in here. But to be able to sit up and sit up straight in bed has been really nice. I've been very fortunate in terms of, my lifestyle, and because I do live so simply, I don't necessarily have to be working at the moment. When I was younger, I made some very good investments that I've been able to live off of, as well as, when I do need to work or I feel like I should work. I am a licensed boat captain, so I do work and, run boats. When I was in Alaska, I was running a fishing charter up there. And then I'm a bartender, so I'm easily able to pick up work anywhere doing that. And then carpentry, you know, I was able to build this whole thing out, so I'll lend a hand. And my brother, he's a general contractor, so anytime I'm back home and he needs a hand, I'll jump in and help him, you know, do a roof or something with him, or remodel a kitchen or anything along those lines. So in terms of work, I'm pretty fortunate in that regard, so that I can live this lifestyle without having to think about where I'm gonna, you know, make my next buck. So all in, for the price of this build and the truck itself, the truck itself, being 4-wheel drive and being with low miles, did cost me a little bit more than other ambulance you might find out there. So it cost me $9 grand for the truck. And then I only put about, I think, around 3, maybe 4 grand into it. So all in, I'm like 13 grand on this whole build. You know, for a 4-wheel drive, pretty stout little truck, compared to like a Mercedes Sprinter or anything like that, I think 13 grand is pretty nice. So, and the reason I was able to save so much money on this build is because everything that's in here I did pretty much myself. I did have a little bit of help from some friends and a girl I was dating at the time, with some paint, and she helped me take all the decals off on the side, which is actually a lot of help. My brother did give me a hand in terms of metal work. A little bit of help with electrical work, a friend of mine who's an electrician, just to, you know, try to, you know, get it so I don't burn the place down. So, but beyond that, it was pretty much all done by me. The design, the layout, all the, you know, the woodworking and everything like that was all done by myself, which definitely helped with cost for sure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tour of my tiny home, feel free to follow me along. I'm on Instagram at adventureambo. And yeah, I'll try to post stuff so you can see my adventures from there.